Ah, there we
Anything?
go. I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
All right, you're good. Loud and clear.
Yay! Woo. Oh God, this technology thing. I mean, we're just becoming expert level, really. I mean,
Right? If it takes us less than like 10 minutes to figure it out, we're doing
I
good.
know. This is what I mean. Like that was at least only a minute there. That was
Right?
amazing.
Yeah.
By the way, I turned 40 this weekend. This weekend,
Oh,
it's my 40th
happy
birthday.
birthday. So wait, you
I
already turned
know.
40?
No, I will be 40 this
Oh,
week
okay.
on Sunday. Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
I'm officially a fully fledged old man.
Well, I got
Um,
5 years on you, so
you're already there.
I
See,
am
see, you look
45.
youthful. You're youthful. I didn't even. I would never have said you were. I thought. I actually thought I was older. I genuinely did.
Really? No.
Yeah.
If I shave the beard, I look pretty young. If you can minus the hairline, but
There you go. Well, that's what my wife always says. She's like, get rid of the beard. I'm like, but then I would just look like a bald child. Like,
exactly.
I don't really want to do that. I'm going to
I
keep the
shaved
beard.
once, and my wife said, "Ooh, never again." Nope.
No. See, and Katie wishes I'd get rid of it every
Yeah,
time. She's like, "Can you not just shave it off? Can you just?" I'm like, "No, because it's hiding so much fat. It's like
right.
it's keeping
Exactly.
it. It keeps me
Gi-
looking trim."
Gives me a
Uh,
chin,
yeah, that's right. I've actually got a jawline with the beard.
right?
Uh,
Hi, everybody. I'm Scared Dad,
and I'm Halloween
and
Dad.
we are middle-aged men talking about Halloween. Welcome to the show. Today, we're going to be talking about Lowe's versus Home Depot in an epic battle, maybe slightly premature Halloween battle, because we've got the Lowe's videos we don't have with Home Depot.
We don't have any Home
But hey,
Depot. Yeah, it's
my
true.
age, a lot of things happen prematurely. So would
Tell me about it.
you? So,
Yeah.
all right. So now let us move over to
Hmm.
Home Depot. And so we
Yes.
don't have videos for these, but we got pictures. And honestly, we're opinionated people,
We have opinions on
right?
everything, even things we don't know about.
Exactly. Let's start with the newest one, and probably your favorite in the group, the three stack clown.
Do you know what? I haven't seen a lot about the three stack clown. I've not bothered looking. I've just seen the odd image here and there. I've not obviously talked about it on my channel. He's just, I don't know. I've seen the odd picture and I thought, for clowns, okay. I'll be interested to see what it does.
Now, can they be unstacked? Because originally we saw a picture of a short clown, and I think it might be the same
Yes.
one.
Yeah, that's all I've seen. I've just seen. It could be that. It could be that they unstack. That would be interesting. I'm sure if people, those who love clowns, will be like, "Oh, that's cool." It's definitely a better idea. That's a much cooler idea than just three clowns. I'm terrible at judging clowns because I hate them. um, but I don't know. From the few images we've got, I did think this looked okay as clowns go. But I'm a poor judge. Poor judge. What did you think?
I think that, so if you can unstack them, I think that's really cool because
Mm-hmm.
then I could almost see if I was doing a clown hunt, I would get two of them and I would
Mm.
have see the individual clowns earlier and then you turn the
Yeah.
corner and then stacked in front of you. So kind of
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
setup thing. I think they look creepy with no idea
Mm.
if there's movement. I know the eyes light up because the
Yeah.
eyes don't light up now. I mean,
That,
forget it.
that's
That's
it. They
that's the
have to be
thing.
lit up.
I feel like my eyes need to light up for Halloween.
Well,
But
it could happen.
I think it's a decent clown prop. It's
Mm.
something different. I think it works. So what is your score?
Well, my score is a 2 because yeah, it's clowns. I don't like clowns. I would never buy a clown prop. It's okay until we see a bit more. That score could go up as I will be less judgmental and just look at it as a prop and go, yes, as a prop, this is good. But without any further information apart from the fact they're three stacking clowns, I'm going to go very low and go with a 2.
I'm
What
gonna go
about you?
higher,
Yep.
quite a bit higher,
Okay.
because I think it's a unique clown. I'm actually gonna give it a 5.
Okay. Yep.
And
All right.
yeah, I think it could be cool.
I can see potential. I can see potential. It's just a clown, though. I don't know. I just can't. I can't get on board. So I'm going to ask you now about the poker face player. Poker face player.
Oh, yes.
That's yeah.
So
Because what do you think of him?
I actually really like this one. I think he would go really well with the bartender, and I picked up
Hmm.
Dean the Deathologist because he's super cheap, $150. I think this is the same. With Dean, the mouth moved to what he was saying, and
Yes.
you can stand him or sit him, which is cool. I'd probably sit him. I think he looks better sitting.
I thought he looked really cool. And like you say, like Dean the Deathologist, I liked Dean. Again, in a party setup or at a bar or something like that, if you've got a bar or something set up for Halloween, so cool to have him nearby. I'm very eager to hear what he has to say. It's obviously going to be, he's clearly like a gangster or something. So it's going to be something gangster related, poker related, obviously. But yeah, I think he's a very cool looking prop. I wasn't sure about the actual colouring of the bones though. It's like this weird kind of metallic-y look. It's almost like
Cool.
golden
Yeah.
kind of look, like goldy metallic look. I don't know what that was about. I don't know whether that was really necessary. It does look cool though, I have to say. The
Well,
suit
like
looks super sharp. So.
rich people get a gold tooth, but if you're a skeleton, you just get a gold
Hey,
everything, right?
that's it. That must be it. You die, gold me up, baby. You
That's
know.
right.
Okay, so what score do you think you're going for?
Between the price and what he does, I'd actually give him a 7. I really like the way he looks.
Yeah. Well, my score, I'm gonna go with a 6. I'm gonna go with a 6
I was on the verge
because
of 6, but
yeah, he's cool. I think I'll be more eager to see what he actually does and says
yeah.
when we've got some footage. I'll be more excited by him. Yeah, I like Dean, so I'm assuming I'll like him too. But then they brought out that French maid woman last year, and I did not like her. So I don't know. I'm hoping he's one stage better.
The thing I didn't love about the maid, so Dean was cool because he's a skeleton just doing his job.
Mm,
But then the
yeah,
maid was like actively trying to kill you, with the wine
yeah,
bottle, and that took away from
that's
me.
right.
I thought
Yeah,
let's just have her cleaning or whatever, and I think that's cool. So
that's it. Yeah. So the next one I wanted to talk about was new to this year, the Skelly dog. What do you think about the Skelly dog?
I think it's cute. It's cool looking. Anything with the dogs, they've got like these ears and stuff that aren't really skeleton, you know what I mean? So it's uh
Yeah,
for the price, it's not bad. I don't need it. Okay, and he's got those eye features, which again, cool, but like I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, I had the same, but I can imagine someone who's got a 12-foot skelly loving the dog, like
Yeah,
especially if they're a dog person. Like
yeah,
that's like the best thing. It's like all their Christmases have come at once. For me, because I don't own one, that's a 12-foot skelly, and I like you say, they're anatomically incorrect. Like what's with the ears? It didn't need the ears.
right.
It's I don't know. It's just I don't know. There's something almost cringy about it in a way. I'm not
Mm,
quite sure what it is. It just makes me go, oh, I don't think that was necessary. I don't think
yeah,
we needed to go down the dead animal route, really, to be
right.
honest. The eye thing is okay, but again, I don't know why you really need that in a skeleton dog, particularly. I don't get that really, but whatever. It's all right. It's not too bad.
I think there's a place for it. I think the market's gonna love it. So I think they're gonna make tons of money off of it. It's just not really
Definitely.
for me. I give it a 5. It's decent. It's just decent. It's fine.
Yeah, that's exactly what I went for. Went for a 5. It's someone's gonna love it. You know, someone who owns a dog and also has one of the skeletons will definitely love this prop. It's just not something I would be looking for. So, like you say, it's got a place, but it's not got my place. It's not
Right.
coming to my place.
Right.
So yeah, no, definitely not.
You don't want to pay $1,000 to have it shipped over?
No, not really. Not anytime soon, thanks. No, I'm okay with that one. While we're on the Skelly front, we'll just briefly talk about the 12-foot Skelly, which is returning this year. I thought it was retiring, to be honest. I thought
I
that
did too.
last year was its final year, but it's back. And they've updated it with the DigiEyes. It had DigiEyes, but this new sort of multi-eye thing. I don't know. What do you make of that? What do you think?
I was hoping that we would get talking.
Yes.
Now, I know we've complained about other props talking that didn't need to,
Yeah.
but I've seen so many mods that have in the mouth move that I just kind of expected if we were going to get something that they would raise the price a little bit and give us a talking
Yeah.
mouth. So they
Yeah.
kept it the same price. So I guess it's better than if they just released it normally. I
Mm-hmm.
guess it just has more options. So Yeah, I'm not excited about it, but I'm glad the skeleton's still there for people. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
cool.
definitely. That's exactly what I thought. I thought if you have been trying to get one of these skellies for a few years, or you've been trying to add one to, you wanted more than one, I'd just be happy that the skelly was still available. Like, yay, woo, I can still buy a skeleton. And the fact that it does what it does with its eyes is just kind of like added, like a cherry on the cake
Right.
kind of thing. I can imagine someone somewhere in Home Depot being like, we need to give it like eyes, like love hearts and all these different things because people keep these things out all year. Have you
That's true.
seen these people who keep them out all year?
Me, mine's still out in the driveway.
You see, there you go. See? So, yeah, we'll keep them out all year. So I think that's a clever idea. I'd have preferred to see some sort of movement, whether that be head movement or talking. I think he's been around long enough now that we could add some phrasing for him. But, maybe that would have spoiled it. I don't really know. So it's okay. Yeah, I'm quite happy that he's back. So what's your score going to be?
I mean, he's still the awesome 12-foot skeleton. He just has an added feature, and he's kind of like classic Halloween now. Like, you know, what I mean, it's kind of like he's a
Halloween
staple.
without the 12-foot skelly is not
Exactly.
Halloween.
And they kept him at 300, so he's cheaper
Mm-hmm.
than half of the Lowe's lineup. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I think he's a solid 8. I think he's a good big prop, the classic, the OG.
I've got I've gone for 7. Um, Again, he's a cool prop. I would very much love to own one if the opportunity ever came up. Yeah, he's okay. He's a cool looking skeleton. I'm glad he's back, but I don't think he needed updating, particularly in the way they've updated him
No,
personally. So only for that reason I voted him in at 7. But yeah,
sure,
other than that, he is one of my favourites really.
sure.
Then I suppose we'll talk about the Plague Doctor. What were your thoughts?
I think he's a solid plague doctor prop. I think he looks
He's
good. He's 7.5 feet, is he?
Yeah,
I don't know why he's taller than Frankenstein's monster. Weird to me.
yes,
But
yeah, that's true.
as a prop itself, he looks solid. I forget what he has for movement. It's been so long now.
It's literally
Staff,
he moves his head and the staff kind of moves forward a bit.
yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. I think.
Yeah, yeah, I think he's a decent looking plague doctor. I don't know, I don't
Yeah.
have much to say about him.
No, I mean, I exactly the same. I love Plague Doctor props. I think they're so cool. Again, it's just creepy, perfect Halloween vibes for me. Anything Reaper-esque. I know it's not a Reaper, but it's got that vibe, and it's the plague's creepy and dark
Right.
and stuff. So yeah, a great thing in a graveyard, haunt, or anything like that. I like the look of the costume on this. I thought was one of the better costumes of any of the props I've seen so far out of Home Depot.
Right.
Just like the look of him overall. I couldn't figure out though whether like the beak part of it looked as though it lit up. I couldn't tell though. It was like
Oh,
it
really?
looked a little bit like it lit up, like a very thin neon strand almost around it. And I hope it doesn't. I hope it
Yeah, I hope
doesn't
not
light up.
too.
That would take away from it. But it did look in some of the pictures like it did. So I don't know. I like the bit of movement. It didn't need a lot. This again, it can have as many phrases as it like and not move its mouth because you can't see a mouth. It's
Right.
under a mask. Goggles. I like the light up goggles. They were kind of cool. Yeah, I like it. I like a creepy Plague Doctor prop.
So I think I'd probably give him a 7.
Okay. Well, when I find my piece of paper, because I've lost it, I've just written it down and then lost it. I'm going to have to write it again. I am going to give him an 8 because
Okay.
I like a Plague Doctor. He's a cool Plague Doctor, and I can't wait to see him properly with some actual proper footage and him saying his phrases. I think he'll look really cool. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on the Frankenstein prop?
Frankenstein's monster, right?
Frankenstein's monster.
If we
Sorry.
say
Wait.
Frankenstein, we're gonna get killed.
No, I know,
Different,
because I always pull people up on that. So
right?
sorry. It's Frankenstein's monster. It's not Frankenstein.
Exactly.
Yes.
But Frankenstein's monster, I like him. I really like him.
Mm.
He's this year's Lethal Lily, but
Yes.
I don't know if he's quite as good as Lethal Lily.
No.
So it's weird. I don't know if they've changed the material on the face. It looks a little bit more plasticky. Doesn't look as good to me, but I think he looks good.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think if you change the clothing on him, he'd look a lot better. They put the
Yeah.
cheapest clothing. You got the
Yeah.
Plague Doctor with this amazing clothing, and
Yeah.
then you've got like yard fabric that they dyed and then glued tissues to it because it looks like there's like
Yeah.
stuffing coming out or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
100%. Yeah, it's not good clothing.
Clothing is better than I thought. I still don't love those white tissue things, but in person, they're not as bad as they look in the photos.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. In the same way I like Lethal Lily, I loved that sort of more realistic movement and the realistic movement of the eyes. Love this. Plus, I've got a thing for Frankenstein's monster props and just Universal monsters in general. Love them. But, like you, the first bit of footage we saw, a little bit disappointed. The face looked very shiny plastic.
Right.
To me, quite cheap plastic in a kind of way. Not very skin-like, whereas with Lily, you did have that real sort of supple-looking flesh tone to her, or fleshy look. The head movement as well, it was, I don't know, maybe overly exaggerated, and I think because of that, when he moves, you see this sort of way the throat kind of, I don't know, it kind of stretched out over the mechanics is the only way I can describe it. It didn't look great. And then the costume's terrible. Like, it really is really cheap fabric, just with some like blood splatter on it or something. It's okay, but it's not great. I'm sorry. Hang on. My wife's saying bye. She's been here and then I've completely ignored her. Okay. Love you. Bye.
It's okay. I heard my wife yell at for my son to get up 10
Yeah.
minutes before the bus shows up.
Oh no. No.
She gets them ready every morning, but I usually help out a little bit getting them up.
And you're like, bye, I'm talking about Halloween stuff. Bye.
Right. So,
What was I saying? Frankenstein. Yeah, overall thought it looked good. Was just some disappointing factors. And then we've seen some slightly better footage, or better pictures anyway. And it's the bolts in the neck, they light up. And I was like, I don't really know they needed to. Why have you done that? It's not terrible, but it's not necessary. It's
probably
kind
just
of a
paint them
bit.
or something.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
could. I know. It's annoying that that's there. It's like it shouldn't be there.
right.
The second lot of images we saw of him did look better. He looked a lot meaner, kind of a bit more angry Frankenstein. Because in the first bit of footage we saw, he definitely looked very friendly. I thought he did. He looked very sort of happy Frankenstein. And then we saw some later pictures and he definitely looked a lot angrier. I definitely like this prop, but I don't think I like it as much as I like Lily, which I'm kind of disappointed about in a way.
Criticisms aside, I think he's an awesome prop. And
Yep.
I think motion wise, he's still the best we have. I think I like his motion still better than the Servo Witch from Lowe's. And his costume's just not as good, but I still think I'm going to give him an 8 because I think you changed the clothes and I think he's the top
Yeah.
prop.
Yeah. Definitely. I've thought similar to you. I've gone for 8. He's awesome. I love the look. He just needs tweaking. He just needs a bit of tweaking. And as long as those phrases are not phrases and they're just moaning noises or something, he will be top tier. He will go from an 8 to a 10 for me without a doubt. But yeah, we'll have to see.
I agree. Give him the moaning, change the clothing. He's up, for sure.
Way up there. Way up there. So what are your thoughts on the latest reveal, or one of the latest reveals, the Inferno skeleton? Hang on. Let me get this wrong. It's the 12 foot.
12 and a half foot.
12 and a half foot. I forgot. Is it tree? Inferno tree?
Deadwood skeleton.
Inferno. Yeah, that's right. Inferno Deadwood skeleton. Yeah, that guy. What do you think of that guy?
So I bought him. He's actually standing in my driveway. Just gonna get the video up. And I think he looks awesome. I like him better than the Inferno pumpkin skeleton. As much as I like that prop and I love the lighting effect in it, I have always kind of hated the sculpt of the head. And this one, I really like the sculpt of the head. I think it's cool. I like you can see through the chest. They still have that dimming plastic in the mouth because the lights are kind of right behind it. I wish they had found a way to not do that so that you didn't have that plastic anywhere. He changes colors. You can have him change or you can have it set on a specific color. Instead of that, I would have rather like a flicker flame effect. That would have been better. I might try to mod mine to do that. I think he's a cool looking prop and
obviously cool enough to buy him. Cool enough to buy. So yeah, it must be cool. I like him. I was very impressed when I first saw pictures of him. Thought it looked really cool. Love a haunted tree anyway. I think they're the coolest, some of the coolest props out. I'm a big lover of the original Skelly. I did like the Pumpkin Inferno skeleton guy, but like you said, the sculpt on him was just I don't know, not quite as good as if I had to pick between him and the skeleton, the 12-foot skeleton. I would have picked the 12-foot skeleton out of the two. This guy, not so much. He challenges that. I would definitely buy him over the 12-foot skeleton or the pumpkin skeleton. Yeah, I love the look. LCD eyes, I have a love-hate relationship with. They're sometimes good, sometimes terrible.
Right.
On this, they really are good. I think they bring it to life.
Yeah.
It's a shame because in the original I mixed up. I thought it moved and talked and stuff, and it doesn't. Which is, I don't know whether it takes away from it or it would have been really cool. I can't make my mind up, but I don't know. It's a shame in a way, I think, that it doesn't have any movement at all.
Yep.
But yeah, I love it. I think it's really cool. I like the light up feature. I do agree with you. I think Flicker Flame would maybe be better, but I have no problem with the color changing thing. I think that's really cool. The fact you can set it to whatever fits your horn. I think that's cool. Yeah, really good prop. Love it.
So I bought it. So clearly,
Yep.
I really like it, and I think he's a solid 7. I would give him a 7.
Oh, okay. See, I've been really generous, and I have gone for 9.
Ooh.
I've gone for 9. That's my highest ranking prop so far because I love it. I do really like it. I mean, I think again in the UK we don't have many of these 12-foot props unless you spend an absolute fortune. So.
Right.
It's that whole thing, the whole 12-foot thing here is still such a new thing that if you owned any 12-foot prop, to be honest, Sunstar even, you would be king of Halloween. People would think people's minds would be blown.
Yep.
But having him would be on a whole other level. People would just lose their minds. They really, really would. So yeah, he's a solid 9 from me. Definitely. Love it. The next prop I thought we could talk about is the Headless Horseman, the skeletal Headless Horseman prop.
The one that actually has the movement that we thought the
the
other
one
guy
that
had.
actually, the one that's actually moving, which makes a lot more sense when it said horse head movement, and I'm like, it obviously moves its head. That's cool.
Like a horse.
No, like a horse. Like, oh, such a stupid thing to say, but anyway. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this particular prop?
So now that we know that it has movement, what is it? The arm moves. Does the mouth move? Did it say?
Arm moves.
The horse head
mouth moves. It has phrases. The horse head moves. Yeah. So it's quite a lot of movement in this prop, actually.
Yeah. So with movement, I really like this. I'm still blown away by the fact that there's no support in the horse.
Yes. Yeah.
Which, as long as it's sturdy enough, I love because that always kind of took away from the other horses standing up. Sometimes you can see that support.
You can see a support rod, yeah.
But not a huge deal. Any prop with a big horse standing up is awesome to me.
Of course.
The fact that they engineered it so it doesn't need to, that blew me away. I really like this one. I don't have enough good things to say about it.
Yeah, I love a Headless Horseman prop. I own one.
Yep.
It doesn't have any motion in the mouth, and it's just a pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern lighting up, which I can get away with because, jack-o'-lanterns don't talk, So, yeah.
Agreed.
But
it works.
It's the same. Yeah, it works, sort of. So it's kind of the same with this. If the mouth doesn't move on the skull, it's okay because he's headless. I can kind of get away with that. It overall looks really cool. Love this fact it's a skeletal, but it's definitely, they're thinking a little bit different. We've seen Headless Horseman props before, so I like the fact they're thinking a little bit differently. I liked the way it was lit. It looks from the few pictures we've seen, it looks like the horse is lit inside, and the skeleton definitely is lit inside. So that would look really great at night, obviously.
It really looked to me like they were using the superposable skeleton as kind of the base for it.
That's right.
It kind of looks like they put him on a horse.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like. Yeah, it was the head and everything looked like that skeleton. So yeah, I think it's a pretty cool prop. That skeleton alone is a cool prop. So have him on a giant skeleton horse, even more cool. I think that's a really cool thing.
Yeah.
What's your score?
I'm really impressed by this one. I think I'm going to give it a 9. I really like this.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's fine. That's fair. I've gone with 7. I've gone down a couple of points. I like it a lot. I wouldn't buy one only because I've already got a headless horseman. You know, you don't need too many headless horsemen, I suppose. Yeah, I love it. Think it's a great idea. Just yeah, it's just not quite the most awesome thing I've ever seen, I would say, but it's cool. I like it.
Sure, agreed.
Thought we could talk very briefly about their sort of more basic tree props. So they've got these tree props. I don't know how much they are. You might know that. I'm not sure.
I think I did know that. And then
Yes.
as we get older, things just don't
It
stay in my
just like go
memory.
out of your head. Yeah, that's true.
So,
I
although
I don't think they're overly expensive though. Thought I remembered about sort of $60, $70, something like that.
I thought it was more than that. I thought it was more around the
Hmm.
200 range.
Oh, really?
I
Oh,
thought
well,
so.
I've been misinformed.
But
I've
hold on,
been
let me,
terribly misinformed.
because it's a 10-foot tree.
Yeah, it's big, but oh wow, I'm hugely misinformed.
I guess we'll have to wait and see for the price.
You will
Because
have to wait and see.
well,
Well, either way,
regardless, I really like it. I love a haunted
mm,
tree. They would look really cool next to the Inferno Deadwood that I just got.
100%.
So, yeah, I think it's a solid prop. So it's a great
Yeah,
looking dead tree, and you can change the colors in it, kind of like the Inferno. So, cool.
exactly. Yeah, I agree 100%. It's really cool, posable. I think light up, great. Yeah, it reminds me of the distortions version that they brought out. I think last year. It's not obviously quite not as amazing as distortions, but it's got that vibe. Who doesn't like a haunted tree? You can use it in practically any haunt, you know. So yeah, love this guy. I think it's great.
So I would probably give it a 6. I mean,
Mm, okay.
it's a cool prop, but it's still just a static prop. If it was $60 like you thought, then it would be a
Yeah,
10. But
that's what I thought it was. I'm completely wrong with that, obviously, but I've gone with a 7 again. I do like this. I do like this a lot. I've got this thing about creepy haunted trees. I think they go really well in a lot of haunts. Even though it doesn't have any real movement or anything, it's definitely quite good. I did write down 7 though before I realised it might be $200. That maybe alters it a little bit. Maybe I'd think more like a 6, but I'm going to stick with 7. I think I'll stick with my 7, which was my initial thought. Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool prop. Then I thought we could talk about a prop that we've barely seen any images of at all. It's really, really vague what we've got with it, but it looks really cool, even just the snippets we've got. And that is the potential of a Nosferatu
yes.
themed prop.
And
Mm.
from what I've heard, not like a
Mm.
regular size. He's like boogeyman
Yeah.
size, I think.
Yeah. He's like
So
9 foot, isn't he?
I'm excited about a Nosferatu prop. I actually think I would have preferred like a 7-foot for him.
Yup. It would make more sense.
Now there's a movie coming out. So this is probably tied into the movie. I didn't realize there's a movie. We
Yeah.
just talked about it earlier. Maybe even directly a licensed. I'm not sure, but so we might get phrases from the movie. As long as he's
Possibly.
not dancing, then I think I think it'll be cool. So yeah, I'm excited about this one. I'm cautiously excited.
Yeah.
Probably not on my list to buy. I would rather
Mm.
have Distortion's static Nosferatu, which just looks so
Yes.
awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
But
Amazing.
and if it's 200 like the guy last year, I mean that's a deal. That's an awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I love vampires, Nosferatu, king of the well, one of the kings of the vampires. Such a cool, creepy character.
Yep.
I was excited when I saw this. Less excited by the size when you said when we like 8 or 9 foot. That doesn't seem right for Nosferatu. Nosferatu. I can't say. It's cool. I like the concept. I would be interested in a prop like that. I think it's a really cool character. With us having only limited images, some of the images I've seen of it are questionable. I don't know. I hope it's got the classic look. It's sort of a bit weird. Some of the pictures we've seen are not. It's hard to judge.
Yeah.
But it looks good. It does look good. It's hunched over and it's got the sort of bushy eyebrow look.
Yep.
It does look really cool. It just we need to see those teeth. We need to see those 2 little pointy fangs at the
Right.
front. If it's got that, I think it's a definite winner for me. The difficulty will be with phrasing, though. I have to just say quick. It's because obviously originally it's a silent movie, so I don't quite know what they'll do phrase-wise for this, and they
Right.
could ruin it with phrasing. They've got to be really careful there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm going to give it lower with the
Okay.
potential that it could go higher. I'm actually going to start
Okay.
with a 6, but I'm
Ooh,
on the
okay.
edge of a 7 because I think it
Right.
could be really cool. The 9 foot thing throws me off, and we haven't seen anything yet. So it's kind of between a 6 and 7, but I'm going to go lower for this one just to be safe. I'll play it safe.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go all out and go for 8. I'm going to give it an
Ooh,
8, which could also go higher. That could also go higher. I like this prop. I like the idea of this prop, I should say. I
yep.
like Nosferatu. I like vampires. So it's big. It's a big winner so far. I hope it's good. I hope it really is a good prop. It could be a 10. This could be a 10, this, for me, I have to
Wow.
say. But I'm going to stick with 8. From what we've got, it's hard to judge fully. So, yeah.
So if you could have the Frankenstein or the Nosferatu to theme your haunted out this year,
Oh, oh. Do you know what? I'm still leaning more towards Frankenstein for my horn,
yeah,
only because I think there's more you can do with it,
yeah,
like the theming wise. That's the only reason, though. Prop wise, I think the Nosferatu, if it's done right, has the potential to be much cooler.
yeah.
It's the size thing is still a bit odd. I'm still not a fan of that, but it could be really cool anyway. It would have made more sense for Frankenstein to be that size, to be honest. Frankenstein's monster. I don't know. I don't know. Frankenstein's monster makes more sense for my horn. Nosferatu, I prefer as a prop. I then thought we could talk about their new witch, which is a witch. Have you seen this witch that I'm referring to?
The one with the eyeball?
The one with the eyeball.
Okay, yes. Originally, she just looked like a regular plain witch in red.
Mm,
But now we saw that she's got, I think the hand pops up maybe, and there's like an
yeah,
eyeball in it. There's one thing that could make this prop awesome for me. If her mouth moves to the phrases, and if that eyeball
mm,
moves, I
yes.
don't expect it to. But if it does,
No,
that would be just the right level of creepy that I would
yeah.
I would love. That would be so cool. I mean, what are you thinking?
Exactly the same. When I first saw images, I was not impressed. It just looked like a normal old witch with red instead of black. That's all. I was just like, right, okay, so they've given her a red costume. Didn't look good in those original pictures at all. And then we saw some updated pictures where she actually did look really good, just as a witch. And then there's that added addition of that eyeball on the hand. Thought that was really cool. That's creepy and weird. It's very different. I've never seen a witch with anything quite like that before. And like you say, it could be just okay, or it could be absolutely mind-blowingly awesome. If she's got good phrases and the mouth moves to the phrases and that hand raises and that eye moves, if that eye blinks or moves or does something related to what she's saying, it could be maybe not as good as Lethal Lily, no, but still on that same vibe. But I've got a feeling it's going to just be that she says some witch phrases and she's got an eye on her hand.
Yeah.
It's still cool. It's still a cool idea, but it could be even more cool if they did what I hope they do. It's that
Right.
kind of thing.
So for my score, I would go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play on the low end,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna give her a 6. But
Okay.
with the potential that you get the cool phrases, you get the eye moving or blinking, she
Yeah.
could easily be maybe an 8 or 9, depending on how.
Yeah. Depending on what they do. Exactly. Well, I went 1 point higher. I've gone for 7. I thought
Okay.
I like a witch. I'm always drawn to witches. She's cool just in her own right. The fact that she's got an eye on her hand, but she could be cooler. They could make her cooler. That could become an 8 or a 9, but we'll have to see. We'll just have to see. Okay, so up next, I want to talk about the. I don't think we've got a name. It's the Scarecrow guy that looks very similar to Sitter of Souls that was out last year. Where are you at with that guy?
If he's $100 like she was, then I think he's a solid, cheaper prop. I like him much better
Yeah.
than her. You kind of
Yes.
go in any harvest type theme. Yeah, he's fine. The pointing animation,
Mm,
it was great for my
yeah.
little skit for my video about pulling my finger.
Yeah.
But but
Yeah.
other than that, I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't blown away by Sitter of Souls last year. I didn't really understand the hype around her particularly. Yeah, he looks okay. If you've got a scarecrow horn or like a harvest theme, he would be really cool in that, I think. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. It's this one looks a bit more threatening than Sitter of Souls did because he's holding it's like a sickle he's holding, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's
Good.
like you say, he's kind of pointing and stuff, and he's wearing a hat. I don't know. He's okay. A bit like her, I didn't quite get it. Is it a scarecrow? Is it a mutant? Is it, I don't know, what is it? Is it a person dressed as a scarecrow? I
Right.
don't know. I couldn't quite make my mind up about Sarah Souls last year, and I can't make my mind up about him. So, yeah.
So how would you score him?
I would score him a 5.
Okay.
Definite. A 5. Not bad, not terrible or anything, just sits right in the middle for me. Will suit someone down to the ground, just not me. I think if you've got Sitter of Souls, they probably look quite good together as well. Yeah, but he's okay, not amazing.
I went with a 4, and
Okay.
I think he's an average cheaper prop. If he is $100, that's something I could see. Maybe just like I don't know, they'll
Yeah.
go out to dinner
Yeah.
one week and just buy him instead. You know what I mean? Like he's cheap enough that you could just kind of pick him
Oh,
up on a whim. Um,
just put him in the trunk. He'll be
right?
fine.
uh, yeah, I think he's a decent, solid
Yeah.
little cheap prop.
Yeah. Yeah. He's fine. Right in the middle. Do you want to talk about the Reaper next, do you think? I'm trying to what were the other props we just talked
We got
about?
Captain
Reaper.
Cuts and the
Captain.
Reaper. I think those are
Captain.
the only two, right?
Yeah, I think it is. So we talk about the captain.
Let's do
We'll
the
talk about the
Captain.
captain.
The Captain's one I was excited for because I'm doing
Yeah,
the pirate theme this year.
of
And
course.
we actually got a pirate prop. It doesn't happen that
Mm,
often. I think he looks decent. The costume's a little on the cheaper side, kind of similar to Frankenstein, but better than
yeah,
Frankenstein. It's
definitely.
monster. Frankenstein's monster.
Keep that
Don't,
monster
don't hate
there.
don't hate in the comments.
Don't do it.
Uh, yeah, he's got a decent amount of movement, it sounds like,
Mm,
and he's got a bunch of phrases.
hmm.
So I'm just curious to see what the movement is. I hope it's not just arms up and down. Like I would really like some kind of like a kind of
Yeah,
side to side or
like a
something mixed in with, I'm
yeah,
sure one of the arms will move in the mouth and the head. As long as the
yeah,
movement looks more on the realistic side and not just, doing one of these things. I'm actually excited about him. If I wasn't doing the
yeah,
pirate theme, it would be less so. So obviously I'm a little
yeah.
tainted by
Okay.
that, but I think he could be a cool prop.
I'm thinking about him from when I was doing a pirate theme and from so last year. And if I'd have seen this guy when I was doing my pirate theme, I'd have been very excited. I would have been excited for this guy. He looks cool. He looks like a proper pirate, what you expect a pirate captain to look like. His costume's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst.
No,
And I've seen 2 or 3 different pictures of him, and he looks better in some than others. So I'm hoping that it's the better looking ones that he really does look like. Yeah, as long as those phrases are clearly related to him and he's got a good level of movement, which it sounds like he does.
he's got 5 movements,
Yeah,
they said. So
yeah.
that's
So I don't know. I don't know what that movement's going to be. I'd like to see a bit sort of a slightly more fluid waist movement, I think. Sort of that kind of thing would be
right.
kind of cool with a bit of head movement. That would be cool. But we'll see. I don't know. I can't make a full judgment yet, but I do like this prop. It is, again, what we said about some of the Lowe's ones, a little bit too specific to nautical theme, but maybe not so much because pirates and Halloween go hand in hand, really,
Yeah.
don't they? So, I quite like this guy.
Yeah. So I'm going to give him, without seeing, obviously, I'm going to give him an 8. I'm actually pretty excited about him.
Okay.
I think for
Okay.
a human looking person, he actually looks
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Sometimes the
Yeah.
human faces don't. But I think he looks pretty solid.
Yeah. Well, I've gone for 7. I thought 7, yeah, pretty cool, like a captain prop. Doesn't fit what I'd be trying to do this year, but, he's cool. I like him. And I think that score could increase if he's got some really good movement and some really good phrases. So, now on to the big one. This is the big one, really big one. And that's their 12-foot Reaper, which we've still not had really any great information about. But at this point, for me anyway, it doesn't seem to matter a lot because I think this is probably one of the coolest props I've seen so far this year. I would say.
I would agree. I think though it's been done before and they did it with their witch, having the Reaper floating. We know Beastcraft also did it, but I still think Beastcraft took it from the witch, so I'm not going to go too hard
Yeah,
on him. Uh, I think that this is awesome. Like
Yeah,
I'm so excited to see this, to see more about
yeah.
it. I want to see
Mm,
how it lights up, if it has movement and stuff. And I mean, as far as 12 foot goes, like this could
mm.
be the tops. I think
This
it's
could
so
be the
awesome
best.
looking.
Definitely. 100%. It has the potential to be the best prop this year, I think. It's so hard to judge, but looking at it, looks alone, this is what made me go backwards on what I said about 12-foot props. I was so uncertain whether we needed more, and then I saw this and I was like, yeah, we definitely do need more because
Right.
this is amazing.
We
The
need the
fact
right
it's
ones.
hovering, yeah, the right ones, that's the point. We need the right 12-foot props. The fact it's hovering above the ground like the Witch did, such a cool stance. It's so just exactly what a Reaper should be, hovering, eerie, weird. And that I love that look on the bone as well, where it's kind of like charcoal. It's like it's been in a fire, that kind of
Right.
look.
Yeah.
That I think looks so cool. And I said in one of my videos, it has the potential, if they've done what I would really like them to do with it, if they've added like that flicker flame effect somewhere in it, if it's in the chest or in the head or both, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
That prop will look amazing,
Yeah.
both in the day and at night, just like that burnt charcoal bone look. And then add, if it's got phrases, great. If it's if it's got I don't know what the eyes are going to be like. Just from what we've seen, it looks amazing. It really does. I don't think there's a lot they can do to this prop to screw it up, to be honest.
It would take a miracle to really screw it up. They could do it, you
They
know.
could, you know.
You could find out he's a nautical theme and he's talking about you know, lifting the
Get back
sail
in
and
Davy
whatever.
Jones' locker.
All right. I got a fish in me pocket.
Yeah, that would ruin it. I'm not gonna
Right.
lie. It's probably the only time I don't want to hear a prop talking about a fish in the pocket. But yeah, no, I think it will be hard for them to screw this one up. As long as they go classic Reaper. To be honest, it doesn't even need to have phrases, to be honest. It
Yeah.
doesn't need them. It could be like the Skelly and all the others. If it was static, I'd still be happy. As long as
Right.
they lit it well, I'd be happy with it. I really would.
And usually Home Depot does light from whatever staff or whatever they're holding. So I
Yes.
expected it to be some decent lighting. It's hard to kind of tell on the
Yeah.
pictures, but
It is hard to tell. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for some imagery of the lighting, and that will make my mind up fully about this, I think. But
so
yeah.
let's get to it. What do you
Yeah.
have?
So I've gone for 9. I'm giving it a 9. And it could definitely go to 10. It could. I'm gonna stick with 9 though, just from looks alone of what we've got. I think it looks epic. I
Yeah.
really do. But it could go higher. This could be a higher score. It really could. Where are you sat with it?
So I'm gonna give it the highest score I could get because I think it'll be hard to screw up, like you were
Mm-hmm.
saying.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's the prop that I think is the coolest for most versatile. I'm gonna
yeah,
go all
yeah.
the way to a 10.
Wow.
Gonna do it.
Okay.
Gonna do it.
That's
It-
pretty amazing.
yeah, it's just I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm almost there with you. I am nearly at that 10. I just need to see those pictures. I just need to see some pictures or something to make me to confirm it in my head. I don't want to, but yeah, it's
And
pretty much there.
I did the other thing. I just pictured everything awesome in my head, and then the pictures could knock it down maybe to a 9.
Yeah,
But
that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it could happen. Let's hope not. I hope not.
I don't even know that we have to do the math. I think it's pretty clear who our winner is for
Yeah.
this year.
Yes. Yes.
The winner, until someone can knock him down, the winner is Home
Yeah.
Depot.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
for me right now, they're kind of the king of Halloween, even more than
Yes.
Spirit. I know people are
Yes.
going to get on me about that, but I think the quality of Home Depot props is just better than spirits in general. Spirit
Hmm.
has the scares. Spirit has the best
Yes.
scares. If you want scares, you
Yeah.
go to Spirit. But if you just
Yeah.
want a cool prop put in your yard,
Hmm. Yeah.
someone's gonna knock Home Depot down.
Yeah.
Party City has been coming up though. Party City has
Last
been
year, Party City blew a lot of stuff out of the water for me. It was a bit of a surprise contender, to be
right,
honest.
and
Party
they're kind of
City.
in between Home Depot and Spirit with some of the jump scares. We might have a little battle. It might be another battle we have to do.
There could be a
Um,
battle royale happening right here.
I think if Lowe's could get the prices down, there'd be a competition.
Definitely. As an outsider, being from the UK and not having full access to all this stuff, I just watch with my open most years. Like this, everything to me is amazing.
Yeah,
It really is. But yeah, I think if I was in the US right now, it would be Home Depot. I'd be putting my money on. It would be
yeah,
they're what I'd be waiting to drop. They're what I would be staying up till 3 in the morning to buy. It would be from them. Yeah, Spirit's great. I love Spirit, but they do always seem to. Well, for me, they focus too much on the clowns. I know. I'm sorry for bashing clowns again, but they do. They do a lot of that sort of stuff, and we know what they're doing this year, so it's going to be very clown heavy year.
yeah,
And it's the others are great. Party City's a true surprise sort of runner up. I think we could. Who knows what they've got up their sleeves this year? And they
right,
surprised the hell out of me last year. But yeah, Home Depot. It's a winner for me, no
for
doubt.
sure. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave a comment down below. Did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? Let us know what you think.
Let us know.
But we appreciate you watching. And with that said, again, I am Scared Dad,
And I'm Halloween Dan.
and spooky season's coming.
Go get
I was gonna
ready.
say, let's have you do your line.
I'm like finishing it for you. Go get ready. And keep it spooky.
Bye.
Bye.
That was great. I might have to keep that whole ending in. That was awesome. That was funny.
I know, yeah, that was like, I'm like finishing your ending, like, yeah.